Open Heavens on the Go, Thursday, April 3rd, 2025. Topic: Like the Day of Pentecost, Part 3. Memory verse, Ephesians 5:21. Submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of God. Bible reading, Ephesians 5:21. Submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of God. The message. Over the past 2 days, I have been discussing the significance of the events that happened on the day of Pentecost. On that day, everyone in that upper room received a touch from God. Their hearts were tuned to God, and they were all filled with the Holy Spirit. If we truly want a revival in our generation, we cannot watch weak believers remain in their weak states. We must sharpen each other, Proverbs 27:17, such that the weakest among us will be working miracles. If we are really united, we won't look away when we see a brother dozing when he should be praying. We will hold his hand to encourage him to pray. We will not see a sister dressing indecently and showing signs of backsliding without trying to encourage her faith. If someone's fire seems to be dying, pray for the fellow rather than use him or her as a bad example to others to make yourself look righteous. Everyone in the upper room on that particular day received a touch from God because they submitted to Him and to one another. Nobody felt superior. In the 70s, I knew a young man called Bro Sam. He wasn't a member of RCCG, but he was very popular because he was heavily anointed by God. He couldn't speak English, but he was so anointed and was well sought after. On one occasion, he was invited to preach at a college. When he got up to say that he didn't speak English and would need an interpreter, Queen's English began to flow from his lips. He didn't know what he was saying, but the message kept flowing. After about 1 hour, people began to rush forward, weeping and crying for salvation. As soon as he left the college, he couldn't speak English again. There were testimonies of at least 3 dead people that God resurrected through him. Whenever he prayed for the sick, he would describe how their sicknesses were moving out of their bodies until they were completely healed. However, pride entered his heart after a while, and whenever he was called to go for Bible study, he would say, "Who is preaching? How many dead people has he raised?" Sadly, he ended up in an asylum. Beloved, if we want God's power to rest among us, we must shun pride and submit to one another in the fear of God. Ephesians 5:21. We must also look out for the feeble among us and lift them up. Action point: shun pride and lift your fellow believers up. Bible reading in 1 year, 2 Samuel 8-11. Hymn for today: I want to be like Jesus. The Open Heavens is written by Pastor E.A. Adeboye. the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. God bless you.